Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please do and join us in this trip to master vegan cooking. I have read and heard a lot about Miyoko's creamery vegan butter, but unfortunately I can't purchase it where I live. So I've decided to recreate it with the information I can find online about the composition of this butter. So here it is, my interpretation of Miyoko's cultured vegan butter. This recipe rendition is just exceptional. I didn't expect such a result. It's creamy like regular butter. It spreads beautifully. It browns just like real butter. The flavors are deep and complex and leave in your mouth this delightful sensation when eaten in a sliced grilled bread. This is an incomparable vegan butter recipe and definitely the butter I will make for cooking in the kitchen and that I will add to cakes and to any dishes that require that magic butter touch. Try it and let me know in the comment section how it was. I'm pretty sure that it will change your life from a gustative point of view. So grab your ingredients and let's get started on making that butter that will, without any doubt, excite your taste buds. To realize this vegan butter, you need cashew nuts, and they traditionally comes in that form, but I buy them in that form simply because they cost half the price. They're broken, but when you soak them in water, it doesn't really matter. You also need oil. So you need coconut oil that is deodorized. Deodorized means that the coconut flavor has been removed. So when you make your butter, it doesn't taste like coconut. You also need neutral oil. So here I use a sunflower oil because it doesn't have a particular taste. You also need lecithin. This one comes in a powder form. Lecithin is an agent that keeps the oil and the water to separate when you mix it. And this butter has water and oil. So the lecithin is going to keep the water and the oil binding together. So you also need water and you also need salt. So salt can be omitted. However, there's nothing better than butter with salt, so I would recommend for you to put the salt. And the last ingredient that is very specific to this recipe is the ferment. And this is a ferment that is used for yogurt. And I'm going to use only a part of the pack, simply because you don't need too much of it. If you put too much of it, your butter is going to become too tangy and the fermentation is going to be too strong.
Oh, les vilains bébés! Qu'est-ce qu'il veut? Vous voulez du wampi?
Let's start this recipe by soaking the cashew nuts into water. There are two ways to soak the cashew nuts. So either way, you soak them in cold water overnight, approximately 8 hours, or you can also cook them in boiling water to fasten the process. So today I'm going to boil them to go faster. So just put the cashew nuts into the pan and cover with water. Yes, just make sure that they are well covered. The water will evaporate and you don't want to burn the cashew nuts because of lack of water. Put the saucepan to the stove and set the temperature to medium high. And let the cashew cook for approximately 10 minutes. 10 minutes have passed, so you can stop the fire now and let the nuts cool down in the water for 10 minutes. Bring the saucepan to your working station and filter the cashew nuts to get rid of the residual water. And discard the residual water. We don't need it. Next, we are going to blend the cashew nuts. So for this, you need a blender. The blender is going to help to break down all the particles into a smooth sort of cream, similar to the texture of melted butter. Add the water. And we are going to add the yogurt ferment. We are going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of this powder. We don't need too much because this is going to ferment too much. Like this, that's enough. Then put the cover and start the food processor at low speed first. Then increase the speed to maximum. And then transfer the cashew milk into an airtight container just like this. Scrape the excess with a spatula. Close the and then put this mixture in the oven that is turned off for around 8 hours to let it ferment. So cashew nuts have fermented for 8 hours and it has become something like a curd. So it's a bit solid. It has bubbles from the fermentation and it tastes like a sour cream. It's quite nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to blend everything together to obtain a perfect and smooth mixture. So we're going to start by putting the wet elements. The cashew cream. The coconut oil. The coconut oil has to be melted. The neutral oil. Then you're going to put the lecithin. And finally, the salt. And now we're going to blend. I blend approximately for 1 minute. So we start at low speed first. And then gradually we're going to increase the speed. It's important to blend well because the lecithin needs to be incorporated well into the mixture to blend the oil and the water together. As you know, water and oil don't bind together, so the lecithin is there to ensure that the oil and the water are not going to separate. We are just trying to make an emulsion here, and if you blend too high, you are going to create air bubbles, and this is not necessarily the recipe. The mixture now is well blended. It smells very nice. It smells like butter. Then you will need a recipient with a lid that can contain 2 cups and 1/3 of the butter. That's the quantity that you will yield with this recipe, which is equivalent of 2 large bars of butter. So you make 2 out of 1. You can freeze the excess. You can separate the butter into 2 different recipients, though smaller than this one, 1 cup each, and keep one on the fridge for everyday consumption, and then freeze one to keep longer and use it when you will need it. So now you have to put it into the fridge at least 4 hours, but I prefer to put it overnight. A trick of the trade. After the butter has spent 1 to 2 hours in the fridge and started to partially solidify, I figured out that blending the butter at this stage with an immersion blender really improves considerably the texture of the butter. It helps to emulsify the oil and the cashew milk beautifully and obtain a perfectly smooth butter. Without it, it would still work, but this is an enhancement I really recommend you to do. Hi Alex! So today I invited my friend Alex to come and taste that vegan butter that is a recreation of the famous Miyokos Culinary butter. I baked a bread for the occasion because we need a nice bread for an even butter, right? Maybe after I'm going to toast the bread because I used to like eating butter on toasted bread. How did you like to eat butter?
That or on top of a pancake.
Anything else?
Yeah, toast, but we used to buy like a whole bag of toast already cut and sliced from supermarket. We don't have the luxury of baking our own bread.
Oh yeah,
the square thing.
The bread.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a toaster oven, and that makes that ting sound when it.
So I'm going to toast this bread, and then I'm going to be right back. All right, so the bread is toasted. So now we are going to spread.
This is exactly like butter, and I spread it on the bread. It's great. This is a good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Bread. The texture is exactly like butter.
Let's try.
Excited. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to make a comment, but this is so good. I'm surprised. It's really, really good. This is so amazing in a way that it's rich and fragrant. Not because of the smell. It's the depth of the taste. Like something tastes like flat, and this has like, let's say, like multi-dimensional. Like it's like echoing in your mouth, if you understand what I'm talking about. It reaches every part of your palate.
Not just like a margarine, can be just like a fat flavor.
It's like a symphony. If like, or the playing is just a melody, this is like a symphony of a lot of things. This is surprising. And you use all like natural ingredients. You don't use all this industrial...
Nothing else, everything.
But it has this very, like you said, elevated, sophisticated taste. I'm surprised. I just...
You can have butter toast.
I know, this is so... I didn't expect this. Honest to God, I didn't expect it. I was like, yeah, I'll be a good friend. I'll say nice things. But I'm like, I was for a moment speechless. Because it tastes so surprising.
It's the first time I do it.
Oh.
And I was wondering what the fermentation, what it will bring. Because Miyokos butter is cultured. That's what is written into the box. And I've never heard about cultured butter before. So then I tried culture the cashew nuts. Cashew nuts is very similar to milk. See what it does. And I was thinking maybe it will turn sour, but it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It has like a sweet aftertaste. But the sweet is really mellow. It's a creamy sweet. It's like it's a lasting kind of note. It's so good. I'm so sorry you guys are not having a taste of it. I'm really, really surprised. If I didn't know you made all vegan, I would be
You will suspect that it's
Yeah.
cow milk.
The first, like, when I took the first bite, I was like,
it tricked me.
yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
I'll keep eating. No, thank you for letting me try this. This is so good. I don't think you will ever regret it. Being vegan is a good thing. And if we have the wish settled.
We can be happy forever.
Yay!
Thank you all so much for watching this cooking video. I hope that you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. I also hope that you feel inspired to get creative in the kitchen and try your hand at this recipe. Remember, cooking is about experimenting, having fun, and most importantly, sharing the love, the good food, and the good times. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.